You're new. I'm Caleb. If you're going to be staying a while, I could use some help. Hannibal told you about Lincoln's memorial? Well, he doesn't just want to live there. He also wants to restore it. Make it so people tell stories about it and the word can get to the slaves. But I can't restore something if I don't know what it looked like. I need a drawing, a photograph of it. Yes. There might be one in the Museum of History. Alejandra says they have a special exhibit all about Lincoln. Long time ago, 8 years, I think, 3 of us escaped during the night. They caught Lizel and John. I made it into the wasteland. Raiders took me in at first. When I heard about this place, I knew I had to come here. He's got big plans. Someday we're going to leave this place and make our own town. I hope I get to help build it. The stone head is from the statue of Abraham Lincoln. Hannibal wants me to reattach it to the statue in the memorial. My former master trained me in masonry. I fix things. Someday I hope to reattach Lincoln's head to the statue in the memorial. Okay?
family and I have taken refuge in a drainage chamber not too far from a radio relay tower outside of DC. My boy is very sick, needs medical assistance. Please help if you can. Listening for your response. 3950 kilohertz. If anyone knows, this is Bob Anderstein. Family and I have taken refuge in a drainage chamber not too far from a radio relay tower outside of DC. My boy is very sick, needs medical assistance. Please help if you can. We're listening for your response. 3950 kilohertz. If anyone can hear this, this is Bob Anderstein. Family and I have taken refuge in a drainage chamber not too far from a radio relay tower outside of DC. My boy is very sick, needs medical assistance. Please help if you can. We're listening for your response. 3950 kilohertz. If anyone can hear this, this is Bob Anderstein.
Who's out there?
sir. What can I do for you? Welcome home, sir.
What do you need? Let me take a look. Everything has a price. Take a look and make me an offer. Thanks. Later.
百胜，百胜。
Hey, who are you? What do you want from the Republic of Dave? This is the Republic of Dave, duh. It's named for President Daddy, but you have to talk to him if you want to stay here. Okay, I'll take you, but President Daddy doesn't always like new people. Okay, this way.
I've got nothing to say to you, stranger.
Let's get class started.
But I already know everything about Dave.
So, who can tell me how Dave saved the people from the wrath of Tom?
I thought Grandpa Tom just gave Dave the Republic.
Somebody named 3 things Tom did wrong before Dave became the president.
But I thought Grandpa just got really, really old.
Anybody know what year Dave took back the government for the people?
It wasn't very long ago. I think I remember.
I hope you're paying attention, Rachel. I'll give another pop quiz. I'll do it.
Why am I always picked on in class? Make someone else do it.
Remember, your homework is to prepare a speech on the merits of Dave.
Why does Daddy need merits? Can't he just be Daddy? Hey, Shauna, did you do the early voting?
I can't believe it's only a couple days away. Come back and visit the museum anytime.
Who is... A wastelander, like in the stories about Dave.
Dave doesn't like us talking to strangers.
Are you okay?
We have someone new in my republic. I am Dave, President of the Republic of Dave. You will address me as Mr. President, or I will have you executed. Now, are you applying for citizenship, asylum, or just vacationing in the Republic of Dave? That's just what I would expect to hear from another spy from the wasteland. You have 1 hour to leave the Republic of Dave or be executed. Oh, look at this. The spy has returned to gather intelligence. You'll get nothing from me, spy. What do you want? Now that you mention it, the president could use a new hunting rifle. Tell you what, you find me a serviceable hunting rifle, and I'll grant you special asylum within my republic. Or you can just pay the 250 cap tax on unwanted refugees. Then you have 24 hours to remain in the Republic or face execution. Enjoy your stay.
Who would... Hey there, are you gonna play Republic with us? A wastelander, like in the stories about Dave.
Man,
Dave
the
doesn't
promise
like us
awful
talking to
today.
strangers.
Dave doesn't like us talking to strangers.
We have someone new in my Republic. I am Dave, President. That's... I am Dave. Now, you are? Excellent. It's good to see that the Wasteland has finally recognized the sovereign Republic of Dave. If the people of the Wasteland are generous and respectful, I might deign to annex them. There's an election for the next president. Don't look so surprised. Can't you see this is a republic? Well then, there you go. An election is what separates a president like myself from a monarch like my father. My father inherited his political power from birth and renamed this great nation the Kingdom of Tom. Although I also inherited my political power from my father when I took over, I formed a republic so the people may elect their leader. All right, sure, why not? The people have a tendency to wait until the last minute to vote, but I'd like just to get it over with. I'll spare a few caps if you just tell each of the adults to get over to the voting booth sometime today, so I cinch the victory. Not that I have anything to worry about. The people know who their leader is in this republic. Of course I voted. I was the first to vote. Now I'm just waiting for the rest of the votes to come in. The election is still going on. What do you want to know? That would be Bob, Shauna, Jessica, Rosie, and myself. In the Republic, if you're old enough to carry a weapon, you're old enough to vote. Rosie and Jessica are usually here in the capital. Bob usually hangs out outside near the Brahmin pen. Shauna runs the Museum of Dave, so you can find her there. Nobody except me. Why would the people need anyone else but Dave? I give them all that they ask for. Anything else? The Department of Tourism usually handles all questions for outsiders. Make it quick. That's right. As president, I am head of the Department of Tourist Rights, the Office of Immigrant Affairs, and the Bureau of Dave-like Activities. My proudest duty, second to the presidency, is Commander and Chief of the Army of Dave, the most ruthless military in the wasteland. Years ago, I freed these poor people from the wrath of Tom, former monarch of the Kingdom of Tom. Afterwards, the people naturally elected me as their president, and the Republic of Dave was formed. Well, the Republic of Dave is the only true sovereign nation in the wasteland, the only really civilized place left in the world. One day, all wastelanders will be citizens in the Republic and know the greatness of their president. Well, good for you, then. Very well. Tamper with that, and we're going to have a problem. Out with it, Ambassador. This republic isn't going to run itself. Communist! He's a communist! Everyone, come quick! No!
I'm Dave's wife, so don't even think about trying anything.
Out with it, Ambassador.
I heard that Dave allowed you to stay. Well, welcome, stranger. Just be mindful of the children. Election time is always exciting around here. Glad to hear it. Sure, honey, but don't make it too long or Dave will start wondering why we're talking. Dave is a good man. He looks after all the children and makes sure they have plenty to do. He's bought a lot of toys, not that he'd admit it. He has our Shauna teach classes to the younger ones. She's over at the Museum of Dave to the west of the Republic. Not much to say, really. I'm Dave's wife, or first wife, I guess. I've lived here for many years now. Well, yes. Dave and I were married when he was wandering the wasteland, before inheriting the Republic from his father, Tom. After Ralph was born, Dave said that the President of the Republic needed to repopulate the wasteland. So, now we have a second wife. We have plenty of food and water here, and the compound is fairly safe. I'm glad the children can be raised here, away from the wasteland. I'd like to see more trading done with the local caravans, but Dave's afraid their outside influence could weaken the Republic. Sure, honey. You're right. I'll go right now.
Come on, make it fast. I got chores. Shauna runs the museum, not me. What the hell do you want? Yes, he does, and they're both pains in my ass. Always got to keep them in line or else they get all teary. Dave made me second commander of the Army of Dave, and that means I get a gun. Don't make me have to use it. All you need to know is that I'm second in command next to Dave, so don't bother me. And don't talk to Rosie or Jessica either. Those are Dave's wives, and they have work they need to do. Dave is in charge. When he's not around, I'm in charge. If you want anything else, go to the Museum of Dave on the left side of the compound. Oh, great. Fine. I'll get out of the way.
Hi. So, Dave gave you the okay, huh? Well, welcome then. I run the Museum of Dave, where the children of the Republic can learn about their heritage. Me? I'm not sure if I can help you. Oh, yes. Everything here is from Dave's adventures in the wasteland before he founded the Republic. I give a tour every day starting around 2 p.m. You should stop by then. Sure. The Museum of Dave is happy to answer any questions on behalf of the Republic of Dave's Office of Tourism. Dave revised the restrictive marriage laws of the Kingdom of Tom shortly after the Republic was formed. Multiple marriages is now considered one of the great free freedoms of the Republic of Dave. President Dave is the savior of the wasteland, bringing peace and order to the savages man has brought upon himself. If you would like to learn more, please stop by the Museum of Dave's official tour at 2 p.m. Me? I just run the museum and teach classes to the little ones. You know, truth, justice, and the will of Dave. The Republic of Dave offers a rich history rivaling that of the great nations before the war. How very Dave-like. I'd never really thought about that before. Why do you ask? Don't lie to me. Dave would have told me that if it were true. Everything here is authentic. Dave said so himself. Get out of my museum before I call for the army of Dave.
I heard that Dave allowed you to stay.
I'm Dave's wife, so don't even...
Yes? What is it?
Hello.
So, Dave gave you... Oh, wonderful. I'd be happy to accept your contribution on behalf of the Republic. And Dave just increased the budget for the museum this year, too. I was going to buy books for the children, but this is far more important. Great. What do you have? Later. Something you need? Great. What do you have? What wonderful items for the Museum of Dave. Oh no. Dave sent you to tell me that, didn't he? I'll go right away, I promise.
Good luck, Dave.
I suppose
lead our
voting for
republic
Dave
to
is
glory.
patriotic.
Dave says you're okay? Fine. You should talk to Dave, but okay. That's President Dave to you, Wastelander. Call him by his full name, or we'll shoot you. He takes care of all of us. Even that selfish Rosie and her brats. My children will be a lot nicer than hers. All I have to say is Dave is my husband. Mine. Do you understand? I don't care what Rosie has to say about it. Just because Rosie used to be this big leader out in the wasteland, she thinks she's better than me. She even ordered Dave around once. First wife. Rosie is the second wife, since she's the oldest and not good for anything anymore. Dave is a great leader. He's going to bring civilization back to the wasteland. One day, they'll say it all started here. Okay. I guess you're right. I'll go right now.
Out with it, Ambassador. This republic isn't going to run itself. The election is still going on. What do you want to know?
All done. Dave's the best.
Give it a rest, will you? Yes? What can President Dave do for you? The election is still... Good. The votes are in. If you'll excuse me, I'll be getting started on tallying the numbers. Oh yes, I almost forgot. Here's your caps. Keep this up, and I may deign to make you a citizen in a few years.
Hey,
You have my vote, Mr. President.
Glad to hear that.
Hey,
Let's see what we have here. A vote for me, and another vote for me. After counting the votes, the president is... Well, looks like another triumphant victory for myself. Hello? Yes? What can President Dave do for you? The people have re-elected me as their president. It's great to see the democratic process at work. Very well.
President Daddy says the people from outside the Republic are bad. Hooray! Okay. As long as President Daddy says it's all right. Uh-huh. Doesn't everybody? Daddy, President Daddy to you. President Daddy says I sleep too much, but I don't sleep much at all. I want to be like Shauna when I grow up. She's smart, just like Mommy. Of course, Daddy is smarter. Like, way smarter. Okay. Hooray for the Republic!
Come on. I have to take you to Daddy.
Damn shame about those slaves. Damn shame about those slaves. Damn shame about those slaves. Would have fetched us a nice pile of caps at Paradise Falls. Had enough? Hey there.
You'll never get away with terrorizing this town. Not while it's under the protection of the Mechanist.
You and your pathetic tin cans are no match for my army.
The citizens of this town have nothing to fear. The Mechanist is here to protect them.
Another glorious day in this man's army.
We'll see about that. Attack, my ant soldiers. Destroy this fool and his tin toys.
Go forth, my steadfast creation! Show these vermin humanity's true power!
Face it, Mechanist. Humans and their toys are done for. They killed themselves off with their petty wars.
Humans may be weak sometimes, but our creations are strong and pure. Something you'll never be.
Are you all right? You aren't hurt, are you? I'd like to apologize for the rude welcome. Those two have been a bit of a problem lately. Name's Rowe. Uncle Rowe to most. Welcome to Canterbury Commons. For what that's worth. The, Mechanist and the Ant Agonizer. That's just what they call themselves. It's ridiculous, I know. A while ago, we were attacked by the Ant Agonizer, that woman with the ants, obviously. The Mechanist saved the town with his robots. Well, that was all well and good, but I swear their fights are getting bigger, and it's been driving off the merchants. They simply won't leave. Oh, that's terrific. I knew you'd help out. Knew it in my gut, and it's never steered me wrong on a deal yet. Find where the Ant Agonizer and the Mechanist hide and convince them to stop or otherwise end their hostility, and you'll earn 200 caps. You only need to stop one of them, really. Nowadays, I think they only stay in Canterbury to fight each other. You drive a hard bargain, friend. But seeing how we haven't been able to solve the problem ourselves, fine. You've got a deal. But I expect results. Oh, and please do try to use some discretion. We already have plenty of would-be heroes starting wars in our streets. We don't need another. If it'll help, I'm glad to. One day there was a crazy woman leading a bunch of ants into town. She said humanity was dead and the ants would inherit the earth, stuff like that. Well, that gave Dom plenty of time to line up a shot or two on the ants. She ran away, but every once in a while she'd stage an attack again. She wasn't much of a threat then. In fact, she was sort of entertaining at first. Gave everyone in town something to talk about. But when the mechanists started fighting her, things got bad. Ants are easy to shoot, but add robots with lasers, it got real nasty. The mechanist used to be our town mechanic, Scott Walensky. Quiet guy, but plenty fierce with a wrench and some solder. Guy used to take care of a robot that protected the town until it got torn up in one of the Ant Agonizer's lame little attacks. I guess he took it personal because he made a mechanical suit and called himself the Mechanist, said he would lead a robot army to fight her. Now he doesn't even respond to his name, and his robot army is more dangerous to the town than the ants ever were. My nephew Derek might know more about them. I swear it's all I can do to keep him from running into the fight whenever they come out. He might know more about where you can find them, but don't encourage the poor boy. He's had enough close calls. I most heartily agree. All right, you're the boss. You'll want to talk with Joe Porter over in Dot's Diner. I don't know who Dot was, but I'm sure Porter's food does her memory proud. When they're in town, you can find the caravan trader out front of the town. They say it's a good way to catch a visitor's eye. Enjoy! Ha! Damn near everything, I suspect. I founded the place myself, and I'm the reason this place stays fat and happy. Because I asked them to, I suspect. I grew up in these trade caravans, known most of them my whole life. I founded this place with my sister Daisy back in the day. Perfect stop along the caravan circuit. They're just small caravans that make rounds through the wastes, hawking their wares from Paradise Falls to Rivet City. They won't trade with anyone who's hit their friends, but that's about as organized as they get. I had thought about it, but some of these wasteland traders, well, they aren't exactly the organizational type. It'd take a pretty savvy businessman to make it worth their while to work together. Frankly, I'm not sure even I'm up to the task. That certainly is quite a lot of caps. It really would be a shame for those to go to waste, wouldn't it? I suppose I can call in a few favors with the caravans, talk with them about their inventory. Must keep the customers happy, right? So you just let me know what you'd like to see from the caravans, and I'll let them know what to focus on. All right, you're the boss. Good luck with those two troublemakers. With all of that fighting, I never did get to give you the official welcome to the town, did I? Welcome to Canterbury Commons, home of traders, caravanners, and most of all, of excellent bargains. Here for business or pleasure? Most of the caravans that come through, their fondest desire is to spend a few days off the road and to get a full stomach. We've got good food in the diner, and we try to keep it nice and peaceful here. And that's an option, of course. You can usually find one of the trade caravans at the entrance to town. They come through every day or two. Other than them, Porter's always got food for sale down at the diner. Good luck with those two troublemakers.
Hey. Another satisfied customer. Yeah.
Can't let our guard down, sir. That's when people cause trouble.
Girl, if you don't relax a little, you're going to snap in half. Now get going before you take someone's head off.
Okay.
Newcomer to town, huh? Well, I'm Dominic Delasadro, and welcome to Canterbury Commons. Try to ignore the idiots in the costumes. Popular activities around town are trading, listening to row yap, and burying thieves in unmarked graves. Of course, we ran out of thieves to bury long ago. Saw to it myself. Might be a dead art, unless you're planning on stealing anything. When I can find time for it, sure. In the gardening business, it's the personal touches that make all the difference. Anyway, welcome to town. Don't cause trouble. Threats of violent justice, so on, so forth. You look like you know the drill. Bro hired you to put a stop to their shit, did he? Guess he finally listened when I told him I haven't got the time to do it myself. It's easy enough to hide inside when those two square off, but they're only getting worse about it all. I don't know who she is, other than a crazy with an ant suit and a chip on her shoulder for humanity. She wasn't much trouble by herself, really. Her attacks were a joke, but at least stories of her kept some of the raiders at bay. If it helps, she was always attacking from the Warrens up north. Maybe you can find her ant nest in there. You mean Scott Walensky? I refuse to call him by that ridiculous name just because his head got a screw loose. He used to be a damn good friend, and not just because he fixed my guns up. Now he spends all his time up in that bot shop, just thinking about fighting that ant agonizer. Hardly even recognizes his own name anymore. If you could just make either one of them stop fighting, it'd do the trick. You probably wouldn't have to worry about the other one. I can't imagine Scott attacking the town with his robots, and that ant agonizer girl was never much more than a sideshow freak by herself. Ro may prefer that you're thorough, but all I care about is that you get the job done, one way or the other. Fine by me. Canterbury's a good town. Ro's done a damned good job setting up the place, and no one can handle the day-to-day details like him. But when it comes to the big stuff, that's when he needs a little help. That's where I come in. Life and death matters. Putting down thieves. Protecting people from raiders who are short-sighted or stupid enough to attack, that sort of thing. Pretty much. Anything the man can't solve by talking at it. And don't misunderstand. He can solve a lot of things that way. I'm about the rarest thing out here in the wastes, a mercenary who lived long enough to retire. I used to sell my services around here, so it was a natural place to settle down. Not a bad sort of retirement, honestly. If you're done asking questions, I'm sure there's something I should be keeping an eye on. I'll be watching you.
When you find those two costume idiots, put a bullet in their heads for me. What do you want? Can't you see I'm busy? Fine. Hi. Whatever. I'm Machete, and I've got better things to do than talk with you. Scram. This whole place would fall apart if it weren't for Dom and me keeping anyone from causing too much trouble. Fat old Ro may think he runs the place, but it's only because Dom lets the idiot. I know Dom doesn't want me just killing them. He and the Mechanist used to be friends or something. All I know is, next time they come to town, I bet I could solve the whole problem with one bullet for each of them.
Any luck finding those two troublemakers yet? Just stumbled into town? You sure picked a fine day for it, with the crazies out there. Here, have a drink on the house. Welcome to Canterbury. I'm Joe Porter. I make sure folks around here can get a meal when they need it. We do our best. Well, Dom and Ro do their best. I just make sure they've got enough food so they can keep on doing their best. You ever find yourself starving around here, drop by Dot's Diner. We don't charge much, but don't expect any more freebies. You mean apart from having cheesy names? Actually, I think I might know something useful. One of the traders told me she sounded like a girl he used to know. Girl's whole family was wiped out by ants, not long before she showed up here. But they never found any trace of her body. Said her name was Tanya Kristoff. That might just be our little antagonizer. Best place I ever worked in, and I guess I've worked about everywhere there is. We get some weird types passing through, but it's stable enough for a guy to make an honest living. I don't really see what more a man could ask for. Take a look. Let me know what you want. Give me a shout if you need anything else. Careful out there.
Hey.
Oh man, did you see it? Did you see it? The antagonizer was all like, "Fear me!" But the Mechanist was all, "Stop, evildoer!" No way, they're awesome, and their suits are really cool too. The antagonizer's got this army of ants, and the Mechanist has an army of robots, and then they fight. But my uncle never lets me watch them. He says it's dangerous. This is serious business, Derek. You think they're neat too, huh? It's not like they ever hurt anyone. Well, not like really badly hurt or anything. Dom and Machete make sure that everyone gets inside when they fight like that. Though sometimes I sneak out to watch. The traders and the slavers and the raiders, they don't like the antagonizer or the Mechanist. They say they're bad for business. But that's dumb. The ants and the robots rip them to shreds. That shows them. You mean the superheroes? Yeah, I'll try to watch all of their fights. I don't know much about her except she really, really doesn't like people. That's kinda cool. I mean, sometimes people are jerks. I think her lair is somewhere in the caves to the north of the city. I've seen her ants down there once in a while. Joe Porter said he found out something about her, but my uncle won't let him tell me. He says, don't encourage the poor boy. I knew the Mechanist back when he was just a normal hero. He used to be called Scott. Then he fixed up stuff around town. But one day, the antagonizer killed his favorite robot, and I told him he ought to fight back against her like a real superhero. Ever since then, he's been up on his forge and the back of the robot shop on the hill, working to protect us all from the antagonizer. No way! Don't stop them, they're awesome! Unless maybe you're going to be a superhero too. You could be called Super Humongous and fight them with an army of super mutants. Well, okay. It's okay, I guess. I heard it's safer than most places. because the raiders don't bother us. But I've never been anywhere else, so I don't know. I've never been anywhere else, so I can't really say, but yeah, it's okay. Say hi to the Mechanist for me.
So at last, you've penetrated the court of the Antagonizer, queen of all ants. Were you sent by that meddling mechanist? He'll learn that no one can stand before my royal regimen of fighting ants. Explain yourself. Why shouldn't I have my pretties kill you where you stand? Ha ha! You would walk here and presume to command me? Humanity's time has come to an end. Your kind died because it knew only petty bickering and wars.
But not so, the noble ant. It works with its brethren, knowing only loyalty and duty. And this is why they have grown, while humanity crumbled.
Once I've finished with that pathetic mechanist, I will be free to spread my colonies across the wastes. Perhaps humanity isn't dead yet, but I'll be sure to help it along. Its writhing corpse shall feed my colony well. Now, my royal ant guard, kill this commoner. Look for... So at last, you've Perhaps you thought I... So at last, you've penetrated... You're wrong. Humans are cruel, hurtful beasts. They can't be saved. We can't be... I can't go back. But I can't keep doing this. I can't be as bad as they were. Please, I think I've made some terrible mistakes. If you really think I still have a chance, just let me go. I'll give you the suit. No one ever has to see the Antagonizer again. Just please, let me have another chance. Thank you. I don't know how I can just thank you. Hello.
Here to acquire a new mantle of metal or mesh? If you have the caps, I have the merchandise. If the clothes make the man, then here are the means to remake yourself. Maybe. Let's take a look. Have a look. See if anything calls out to you. Thanks. Walk well, friend.
My super spy bots tell me that the antagonizer has been defeated. I trust I have you to thank for this. Congratulations. But I really must make sure her suit is destroyed, lest it fall into even more evil hands. Bring me the foul antagonizer's armor, and we can talk further. Until then, leave me be. I must neutralize the antagonizer's suit. When you've removed it from her vile corpse, bring it to me.
Well done. You have defeated the vile antagonizer, and you've brought back her suit so that we may destroy the last taint of her villainy. Hand it to me, and I'll make sure that no one else can ever bear the mantle of the foul antagonizer. Quickly then. Evil never pauses to contemplate its actions, so I see little reason that we should either. Is that true? Have I really become a bigger problem for the town than her? Am I really the villain here? Does this mean I should stop myself? I guess I could just give up my suit and stop being the Mechanist. But I couldn't face the town after causing that much trouble. Here, please, take the suit. I don't want to think about it anymore.
What can old Uncle Ro do for you today? That's grand. I do believe it's fair to say you've saved Canterbury. And unlike that Mechanist, you did so with significantly less stress all around. Now, I do believe this is our agreed-upon payment for your fine services rendered, and a little bonus as a special thank you. Be back soon, and bring more caps. It's locked for a reason. Get any ideas?
see you alive and well, sir. Good morning, sir. What can...
Huh? Yeah.
Trading caps for crap. Step right up.
Hey there.
Hey, looking to buy? Crazy Wolfgang's got just what you need. Assuming you need the random junk that I've got. Good luck out there. And maybe next time, you'll find something interesting for me, huh?
President of the Enclave, President of America, President of your heart.
Mom, it's Candace. Oh my God, it's really happening. I can see the cloud. It's so big. Mom, I'm so scared. I'm heading to the vault now. I'll do whatever I can to get inside. My number of the passcode was 7, right?
scared. Kick it! Oh!
Discipline is the soul of an army. It makes small numbers fall. Ensures success to the weak and esteem to all. prosperity to this great nation. And
Good morning, sir. What can I do for you? How may I serve you, master?
Yeah, what is it? Seems like we could never get enough of these.
What's up? Don't hurt yourself. Come back soon.
So, what'll it be today? We've got some noodles. Tamper with that, and we're going to have a problem.
It appears you've been wounded. Sir, may I suggest you utilize your infirmary?
So, what did you bring? God damn it, you one ugly son of a bitch.
Always a pleasure to receive.